Good morning. Welcome, Shem Stars. Today we are going to talk about animal tissues. Animal tissues are of four types: epithelial, connective, muscular tissue, and neural tissue. In this presentation, we will discuss epithelial tissue and muscular tissue. Children, we know the structure of the cells vary according to their function. Therefore, the tissues are different and are broadly classified into four types. First one is epithelial tissue, which we are going to discuss. We commonly refer to an epithelial tissue as epithelium. This tissue has a free surface which faces either a body fluid or the outside environment and thus provides a covering or a lining for some part of the body. The cells of epithelial tissue are compactly packed and little intercellular matrix. Epithelial tissue is also called vascular tissue. This slide shows classification of epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissue is classified in two main categories: simple epithelium and compound epithelium tissue. Simple epithelium is further divided into squamous, cuboidal, ciliated, columnar, and pseudostratified. Simple epithelium is composed of a single layer of cells and functions as a lining for body cavities, ducts, and tubes. The compound epithelium consists of two or more cell layers and has protective function as it does in our skin. Compound epithelium tissue is divided in two categories: stratified and transitional. On the basis of a structural modification of the cells, simple epithelium is further divided into three types. These are squamous, cuboidal, and columnar. The squamous epithelium is made up of a single thin layer of flattened cells with irregular bodies, which is clearly shown in this slide. They are found in the walls of blood vessels and air sac of lungs. The cuboidal epithelium is composed of a single layer of cube-like cells. This is commonly found in ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephrons in kidneys, and main functions are secretion and absorption. The next one is columnar epithelium. It is composed of a single layer of tall and slender cells. Their nuclei are located at the base. Free surface may have microvilli. They are found in the lining of the stomach and intestine and help in secretion and absorption. If the columnar or cuboidal cells bear cilia on their free surface, they are called ciliated epithelium cells. As cilia are present on one surface of the ciliated epithelium cells, their function is to move particles or mucus in a specific direction over the epithelium. Some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion and are called glandular epithelium. They are mainly of two types: unicellular, consisting of isolated glandular cells like globate cells of the alimentary canal, and multicellular, consisting of cluster of cells like present in salivary glands. On the basis of the mode of pouring of their secretions, glands are divided into two categories, namely exocrine and endocrine glands. Now let's understand compound epithelium tissue. Compound epithelium is made up of more than one layer. It means it is multi-layer of cells, and thus has a limited role in secretion and absorption. Main function of compound epithelium is to provide protection against chemical and mechanical stresses. They cover the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of ducts of salivary glands, and of pancreatic ducts. All cells in epithelium are held together with little intercellular material in nearly all animal tissues. Specialized junctions provide both structural and functional links between these individual cells. These are of three types: tight junctions, adhering junctions, and gap junctions. Tight junctions help to stop substances from leaking across a tissue, whereas adhering junctions perform cementing to keep neighboring cells together. Gap junctions facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells for rapid transfer of ions, small molecules, and sometimes big molecules. Now let's talk about muscle tissue. This is the another tissue which we are going to discuss in this presentation. An organ composed of one or three types of muscle tissue, that is skeletal, cardiac, or smooth muscles, specialized for contraction to provide voluntary or involuntary movement. This slide shows types of muscular tissue. First one is skeletal, or it is also known as striated and voluntary, which helps to move body. Second one is smooth muscles. They are involuntary in nature and non-striated. The third one is cardiac muscles. Heart is made up of cardiac muscles and which is involuntary in function. Now let's understand smooth muscles. The smooth muscle fibers taper at both ends. Cell junctions hold them together and they are bundled together in a connective tissue sheath. The wall of intestine, blood vessels, and stomach contains this type of muscle fiber. Smooth muscles are involuntary in nature as their functioning cannot be directly controlled. This slide shows cardiac muscles. It is a contractile tissue present only in the heart. Cell junctions fuse the plasma membranes of cardiac muscle cells and make them stick together. Communication junctions at some fusion points allow the cells to contract as a unit. When one cell receives a signal to contract, its neighbors are also stimulated to contract. Now let's talk about skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle tissue is closely attached to the skeletal system, that is bones. In a typical muscle such as in the biceps, striated skeletal muscle fibers are bundled together in a parallel fashion. A sheath of tough connective tissue encloses several bundles of muscle fibers. So children, this is all about epithelial tissue and muscular tissue. I hope you must have understood. In the next presentation, we will discuss nervous tissue and connective tissue. Thank you, Shem Stars. That's all for today. You can drop your queries on Google Classroom. Take care.